abusia ahaya date fit so asem asi enra date ye 26 and the US White House omotenase and na omoma eye almost state television e de betu dwase Donald Trump akasa oni US mpanyimfo bebre akasa se Iran for omon saranda omonfo omonsa nyina nko omachi na omonfo omonade entofam na omonte ase yese omadi nkunim ewo omoso na omo Iran for no maluzu na Iran foreign minister so ebe kasai yebiti emu asem na mibisa se oni obi e kontokwa na nipa ne mre ono kwa no no gusu e kwa o kwa ko ka che se nipa ne se onti ase se walusu abusia asem yo TV wen ne nyina ne se US no ewiase nyina yo mu superpowers enti so mo baji atum se mo lusu okun wen e yo mo din eno mo ni na Gulf countries so eno mo pushi Arab country for Arab for say mo ni Iran for nkasa no mo ntiase na ntokwa no mo ndia ena Iran say onye ready say oni obia eye negotiation na odini na mama mfo so say me pama cho say ye negotiation na me no mi ni hwan na lusu eye wo enti omo de omo njintum ne omo njintum china omo ni US for be kwa ma ate enti mu ase.
Behind the scenes, diplomatic efforts appear to be underway to end the Iran conflict. But in public, there's been a sharp escalation in rhetoric. The US has urged Iran to accept defeat. White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt has warned of dire consequences if it doesn't.
If Iran fails to accept the reality of the current moment, if they fail to understand that they have been defeated militarily and will continue to be, President Trump will ensure they are hit harder than they have ever been hit before. President Trump does not bluff, and he is prepared to unleash hell. Iran should not miscalculate again.
Well, Iran, however, says it's the US that faces defeat. The Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says no negotiations are underway, despite assertions from President Trump. Araghchi says those claims prove that the US is losing the fight.
The fact that the talk of negotiations is now being raised is, in itself, a clear admission of defeat. Weren't they previously speaking about unconditional surrender? What has happened now that they are talking about negotiations and requesting them? I will explain that there is no negotiation taking place, but the very fact that they are mobilizing their highest-ranking officials to negotiate with the Islamic Republic indicates that they have accepted defeat.
Well, that's all as airstrikes keep pounding Iran and Israel. 2 children have been killed after an attack on a residential area near the city of Shiraz in south-central Iran. And multiple blasts have hit the northeastern city of Mashhad. In central and northern Israel, sirens sounded throughout the night as missiles are fired from Lebanon. Well, the White House threats against Iran comes as the US moves even more troops and warships into the Middle East. That's while insisting that Tehran has been militarily destroyed and is desperate for a deal. Teresa Burt reports from Washington.
Coercive diplomacy. This is the term that is being used in the United States to describe the Trump administration's terms that is being, or threats with which it has been referring to Iran in this past few days, with the threats to unleash hell if Iran does not meet the United States demands. Earlier today, Donald Trump attended a fundraising event of the Republican Party. There he said that the Republicans are going to win the midterm elections happening later this year. But polls suggest something different. A recent poll by Reuters says that Donald Trump's popularity right now is around 36%. And the main reason is the war in Iran, the price of oil and the price of gas in this country that has gone up around $1 since this war started. In that event, Donald Trump again spoke about Iran. He said that the United States is winning the war, and this is what he had to say.
We're winning so big, nobody's ever seen anything like we're doing in the Middle East with Iran. And they are negotiating, by the way, and they want to make a deal so badly, but they're afraid to say it because they figure they'll be killed by their own people. They're also afraid they'll be killed by us. There's never been a head of a country that wanted that job less than being the head of Iran.
So as the Trump administration continues to say that there's negotiations underway about this plan that has been presented to Iran, the US government continues to send troops to the Middle East. For the past few days, we have been covering how Marines are being sent to the region, 2,500 from California with 3 warships. These are Special Operations Forces. And now we're hearing that the 82nd Airborne Division will be deployed to. This is a rapid response unit that has the capacity to be deployed to the Middle East in about 24 hours, involved in special operations, and lots of speculation about what they're going to be doing there. Some are saying that they could be involved in operations on Kharg Island. This has been referred to by Donald Trump as the jewel of the crown, the place where Iran exports most of its oil. It would be an extremely difficult operation, mostly because it would mean that US forces would probably engage with Iran. And this is highly unpopular here in the United States. It's called putting boots on the ground. So certainly we're seeing the Trump administration increasing the rhetoric, also deploying.
The truth.